I'm terrified. So I have no idea what to expect
Yeah.
with this. I'm sure it'll be...
I can tell you one thing. It's going to be cold.
It's gonna be cold.
Okay, so talk to me about what is your mindfulness technique?
My mindfulness, it has a weird story to it because as a kid I got fascinated with like martial art movies. But there was one, okay, so this is a weird one. The Glimmer Man with Steven Seagal.
Okay.
Probably the last Steven Seagal movie. There's a scene where they put him up to a polygraph test. And, you know, the first one's always, you know, tell us your name so that they can, and he says his name and then they say, okay, now we're going to ask you a question to lie so that they can get a reading. And they go, have you ever climbed Mount Everest? And he goes, yes. And it doesn't change.
It doesn't move.
This reaction will be pure and simple, and I will not be able to fake anything.
So I started doing things like whenever it's wintertime, I see how long I can go without turning on my heater.
Right.
And then,
So when you're in that discomfort, what's the skill that you're using to keep your heart rate down?
it's a breathing. When you inhale, you can. It's almost like I can push the heat around my body.
Okay.
And
So you're kind of visualizing it.
yeah, but then it's also, what are you saying to yourself in your head? Well, there's studies that people will go into hypothermia faster the more negative they think about the experience.
Yeah, it's a huge impact.
You know, my sensei said, you'll watch people who will plateau, and it's because they're only doing the martial art. They're not practicing the philosophy.
Right.
And the ones who practice the philosophy, their martial art continues to expand. But the ones who don't fully understand or practice the philosophy, they'll eventually plateau out. And I witnessed that. And I thought, well, that's another one of those things about the mind and the way of being that really has a bigger impact on the way that we live our lives than the actual events that are going on. The two things that I always tell a lot of my clients, that if you can master your emotions, and if you can master the way you talk back to yourself, you've won half the battle.
So if you can visualize yourself in that panic right now, so you can see yourself stepping in
Yeah.
and then feeling that sensation, the cold taking over kind of thing. What do you know that you're going to have to do in that moment?
I know that, first of all, I have to, it's almost like a separation between you and your body. Like your body's going to freak out and you have to go, it's not like a out-of-body experience, but it's a time where you go, I'm not going to listen to you right now. Like I know what I'm up against and I know what I was putting myself in. I know you're going to do that. But I'm not going to listen right now. And then in a moment, you need to listen to me.
Got it.
And then I have to get that body to calm. And then once it starts to listen to me, that's when the mindfulness and everything really starts, and then you become together. And we're like, we're going to work through this together.
Yeah.
And so your mind, your body, and your spirit need to work together. But the one that needs to be in control is the spirit. The mind's going to be doing this. We're going to hyperventilate. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And the body's going, oh my gosh, we're going to die. You know. And if you can go, hold on, gentlemen. And you can bring that in, and because they just need to know who's in charge.
Yeah.
And once they realize, oh, okay, you're in charge, then that's
So the
when
spirit is telling the mind, okay, this is what I want you thinking.
Yeah.
And the spirit is telling the body, all right, this is how I want you to relax.
Yes.
Love it. You ready to try it?
I'm ready to try it.
Okay, how are you feeling?
Oh, my body is panicking right now. But I'm going to let it sit off the side for a little bit.
The breath work is going to be the most important part here. Take those deep, clear breaths.
Okay, I can feel my body's ready to start listening to me now. Start to relax. That moment when everything, that mind, that body, that spirit come together. It's such an empowering moment where it's like all of a sudden now I feel like I could sit in here as long as I want.
Yeah.
You know, but the ability to control that panic, to let it be, let it do its own thing, and to make sure your mind doesn't contribute to that panic. That the things you're saying to yourself are positive, that you've got this, you can do this. Man, my hands are starting to go numb.
Yep. The hands are actually what hurt the most.
Oh, they hurt.
Yeah. Like that's for me when I'm trying to control it, it's the pain in my hands.
Because ice has the ability to inflict pain without inflicting any harm.
Yeah.
Like just moving my hands to now like grab them, you know, lock the fingers. Oh, that hurt. I don't even know how long I've been in here.
I don't either. But it's been over a minute. We're probably closer to 2.5 minutes.
You move around, it gets a little colder. My toes really hurt.
So talk about how your mindfulness process is going.
Right now, I'm just really relaxed. Like, I don't really have to do much, but it's that first 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like, you have to let your body acclimate. You have to let it. Oh, yeah. There's then the shivering comes in now.
Yep. That's when it becomes a conscious process to relax, when the
But
shivering
now-
happens.
Ooh, talking takes me out of the moment. When I don't talk, I can push the heat around my body. But as I start to talk, you see how I start to shiver as soon as I start talking?
Do you have a goal for how long you want to be in?
At least 2 minutes.
You're definitely over 2 minutes.
Let's do one more.
You're probably closer to like 5 minutes. I've been filming on mine for almost 6 minutes now.
Ten more seconds.
All right. How you feel?
Feels awesome.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
post ice bath.
man.
Talk about the experience. Talk about what you appreciated.
It's I don't know. It's hard to describe. Like, you really think it's going to be some horrible, horrific experience, and it's the exact opposite. Like, that was just amazing. And when you come out, and it's just you're all. It's almost like warmer coming out.
Absolutely.
And the tingling sensation throughout. But I think it's more of like, again, it's all about what you say to yourself. The fact that you just pushed yourself past the limit that you didn't know was there. You think you can go this far and you push yourself that far. Like, that just feels awesome.
Yeah, you were in for a good chunk of time. You did a great job. Like, really good.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on?
Well, I could tell, like, right off the bat, right? You're feeling that sensation of like, but I could see you go into your mindful place, you know, gain control of your breath again. You know, it took you a bit to get there. And then, like, I could just see you experiencing the sensations, not necessarily judging the sensations, right? But being in that mindful place where you could just experience it, and then harness the control over the moment, right? Be present with the discomfort. And that was the really cool thing, to see you kind of do that. And it's amazing that, you know, when you can really get in that place, time speeds up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're like, how long have I been? And it's like, well, probably 3 or 4 minutes now. You know, it's been a while, actually. And
Yeah, it was like, goal is 2 minutes, and you're like, been in for 4. It's like, whoa.
yeah, kind of final impressions of your experience.
That was fun.
Weird, huh? That's a fun
Yeah,
experience.
it's weird that that's a fun. You know, they say nothing that in life that's easy is worth it, and
Right.
totally agree with that. Like, that is an experience that I think everybody should do at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it at least once.
Well, and to do it with the mindfulness. You know, if you don't do it with mindfulness, it's just self-torture.
Oh yeah, that would totally be just torturous. That was, you know, it's also a little validating to know that my own mindfulness practice works really well, works just fine. And I'll have to refine it a little bit more in future ones. So I hope we do this again.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Thanks for watching. It's fun to have Cameron do this for his first time. If you'd like to watch the video of me doing it, click the link here and you'll get to see that. Take care.